So we're going to have an exterior angle. So remote interior.
I got it.
Okay. Remote interior angles are angles. And if you want to write the word angle, you can. Okay. Angles that are non-adjacent to the exterior angle.
So when I found it.
Okay, hold on. So you can write the word angle or the symbol angle. Okay. Go ahead and do it for now, and then we'll talk to Coach Webb about it when he gets back in here, okay? So for now, do this. Okay.
So just keep writing my notes?
Yeah, for now, we'll do it that way. All right, so remote interior angles, those are angles that are non-adjacent to the exterior, okay? So inside of our picture, we have an exterior angle located here. I'm going to label that with a 3, and we're going to label these two 1 and 2, okay? So in our picture, angle 3 is going to be considered our exterior angle. Adjacent means next to. So we're looking for the angle that is not next to angle 3, which in this case would be angle 1 and angle 2. Those are called remote interior angles because they're kind of like on a remote island. They're far away from that exterior angle all by themselves, okay? So there's 2 angles floating around in the interior, but far away from angle 3. Hey, Cody, make sure you mute yourself, okay?
I'll start that.
Okay, thank you. All right, so angle 1 and angle 2 are the remote interior angles. They are far away from exterior angle number 3. So exterior angles, that is an angle. So you can use the symbol for angle or write the word, up to you. It's an angle on the exterior of a shape. So in this case, our exterior angle is angle 3. So that is our exterior angle. Notice how remote interior angles far away. The exterior angle is inside, or outside, sorry. So exterior, outside, remote interior are not next to angle 3. Not next to the outside one. Okay, so that is exterior angle is an angle on the exterior of a shape. It's just floating around on the outside. So all of our triangles for this lesson are going to have little tails kind of coming out the edge of them to make exterior angles. Okay. Now, just like with anything we've done, there is an important formula that goes along with remote exterior or remote interior and exterior angles. So down here in the center, we're going to talk about them. So I'm going to label 1, 2, and 3 just like we did before. If we had little triangles and we ripped the edges of the triangle off, angle 1 and 2, we could perfectly overlap angle 3 with these 2 angles. If we ripped them off and kind of pieced them on top of each other, it would cover angle 3. So we're going to write our formula, and the formula says the sum. So sum means add. The sum of the remote interior angles. The sum of the remote interior angles equals the exterior angle. Oops, I used the angle symbol again. Remember, if you want to use the angle symbol, that's totally fine. Or you can write the word angle, up to you. It's completely up to you. Use the angle symbol or write the word. So the sum of the remote interior angles equals the exterior angle. So we're kind of moving away from the idea that triangles add up to 180. They still do. But in this formula, we're only focused on the exterior angle and the two remote interiors. So to make our equation, what numbers represent our remote interior angles? 1 and 2. So the sum of angle 1 and 2, so we're going to write angle 1 plus angle 2 equals the exterior angle. So what number is exterior? 3. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is going to equal angle 3. So to match our picture, the remote interior angles are 1 and 2. This angle and this angle. Okay. When I add those two measures together, it's going to equal whatever angle is on the outside. Angle 3. And angle 3 is the exterior angle. If you add the two interior, the remote interior, the non-adjacent interior angles, they're going to add up and they're going to equal the outside. Okay? So they're not going to equal 180 anymore. They're going to equal an actual measurement. Okay? So we're going to get into some equation solving here. All right, so let's hop down. Okay. Notice how our examples down here at the bottom look a little bit different than our triangles from page 1. Now we have outside angles instead of everything being inside. So we've got a little bit more letters, okay, in these problems, and the work is going to take a little bit more math. Okay? So let's look at our picture. Looking at our picture, the first thing you have to do to make this easier is identify the remote interior angles. So where are those remote interior angles? Where are the remote interior angles? Okay, so where are they? What are they? 65 and 60. Notice how here's my exterior angle. These are the ones farthest away. To make your life so much easier, mark them. So I've been using yellow for remote interior. I'm going to mark them right here. Those are my two remote interiors because this can get a little tricky. There's going to be a lot of numbers here. So you want to identify the two remote interiors first. What by default, where's my exterior? Yeah, it's outside, so it's X. Now, once I've identified them, now it's a lot easier to build the equation. So how should we make our equation? Yeah, 65 plus 60. You could flip it around. You can do 60 plus 65. Doesn't matter. That's not equal X. Notice how it doesn't equal 180 anymore. I'm not adding them all together. The two angles equal the outside. So what's next? Add. What is 65 plus 60? 125. Am I finished? Yeah, I'm done. X is 125, making this angle 125, which is what it's asking. Notice all we did. These two are the remote interiors, 65 and 60. They add to equal the outside, which is X. That's all we're doing. So instead of them adding to equal 180, they add to equal the exterior. Okay. So let's practice setting up number 2. So number 1's pretty easy. There's not very many variables. The second problem, there's a little bit more math involved. But it's nothing that you haven't been doing. Like you've been doing this kind of math on IXL. Okay. All right. So where are the remote interior angles? Let's name them by letters this time. A and B. So angle A and angle B. So let's write letters this time just so we kind of get familiar with it. Angle A plus angle B is going to equal what angle? Okay, now C is correct, but whenever you have pictures that look like this, angle C could be this inside angle, or it could be the outside. So let's name it with 3 letters. How do I name this angle with 3 letters? This angle right here. How do we name this one with 3 letters? Good. Angle DCA. Could I name it another way? ACD. So if you are naming the exterior angle, you're going to want to name it with 3 letters, because technically this angle right here could be angle C or this one. But naming it with 3 letters will ensure that I know which is which. So DCA is this outside. Let's substitute. What's my equation going to look like here?
AX minus 4 plus AX plus 2.
That's a 6. It's a little hard to read. It's okay. That's okay. Equals what?
13x plus 6.
There we go. All right. Now we're going to have to do some more math. This is a little bit more than just combining terms together. It's a little bit more than the first one where we just added 65 and 60 and we were done. What do we have to do here? Yeah, I'm going to combine some like terms. Which terms are you going to combine? 8x. Okay, 8x and 6x. So remember, if they've got x's after them, they go together. So what is 8 plus 6? Good. So 14x. Then what do we combine?
-4 plus 2.
Good. -4 and the +2. So what is -4? -2. Always take a second and combine. Underlining will help. If you don't have 2 different colors, use 1 double bar, 1 single, or 1 double bar, 1 squiggle. Whatever will help you organize. Now, the right-hand side, we don't do anything with yet. There's nothing to combine, so we just bring it down. All right. Where do we go from here? Okay, you want to move 13? It doesn't matter which one you want to move. You can move 14x or 13x. Does not make a difference, but I like to keep the x's positive too, so we'll move the 13x. Now what happens? How do I simplify? What do I get? 1x. Start with the 1. And then what else?
-2
Yeah.
equals 6.
There we go. Remember, this is moved. It's out. Next. Good. So x is equal to?
8.
Yep. All right. Now, this problem, are we finished? No. What do we have to do? Got to plug it in.
Yeah.
So to plug it in, notice how it's telling me, hey, I want these answers too. So you're not finished yet until you've done all of it. So how do we find the measure of angle A?
Substitute 8 for in the x.
Yeah, substitute the 8 in for x. So I have 8 times 8 minus 4. So what is the measure of A? 60. Good. What about B? What should we get for B's value?
50.
Yeah, we should get 50. What about angle ACD? Notice we called it something different, but it's the same angle as before. DCA, ACD, same thing. 110. Now, there is a way to check yourself. However, the way we check ourselves is not adding them up to equal 180, because remember, we didn't set our equation up that way. How can we use 60, 50, and 110 to make sure that we did this problem right? Can't add them up to equal 180. No, I don't want to subtract. Think about how we set our formula up. Angle A plus angle B had to equal angle DCA. How can we use those over here to check to make sure we did it right?
60 plus 50.
There we go, 60 plus 50. So is 60 plus 50 110?
Yes.
Yes, so now you know you did it right. So there's always a way to check your math. It's just a little different this time. They're not going to add up to 180. they're going to add up to equal the outside angle. So 60 plus 50 is 110. So you know
So
we did
we
right.
scroll down so we can see the rest of the problem.
Scroll down.
Just down just a little bit. Because I can't see the whole problem.
You can't. Oh, on your Google Meet, you can't see it all.
Nope.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
we haven't started this bottom piece yet.
I was talking about like the x minus 2 equals
Oh,
6.
you can see that on. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, there you go. I just assume that you can see it all on Google Meet.
There's a bar.
Oh, there's a bar on the bottom. Okay, that makes more sense. With
I think
me.
his mouse is on it, but you have to move it out.
Yeah, Cody, is your mouse on the Google Meet bar on the bottom?
Yes, ma'am, that's why.
Yeah, Tabby said if you move it, it'll go away. That box likes to pop up a bunch. All right, I want you to do the last problem. I know. I'm setting you free. Try it out. You can do it. All right, so on this one, our two remote interiors are the one that's furthest away from the exterior. So let's say that we're having trouble finding the remote interiors. We don't know where they are. Start with the exterior one. Obviously, the exterior is the one on the outside. So if you're having trouble finding the remote interiors, find the outside first. The remote interiors are going to be the ones that are far away from the outside, the non-adjacent ones. So these are my remote interiors. So if you're having trouble finding the remote interior angles, find the exterior one first. So I'm going to add the two together. So 60 plus 2x equals 94. I'm going to subtract both sides by 60. Getting 2x equals 34. And then dividing by 2, I get 17. Am I done? No? What do I have to do? Okay, I got to multiply 2. I have to solve for b. So angle b is right here. What is 2 times 17? 34. How can we check ourselves to make sure that we did it right?
At 34, 17.
Add angle A and angle B. So angle A is 60 and angle B is 34. When we add those two together, what do we get? 94. So we did it right. You can always check yourself to make sure you did things right. So we're going to practice, but we're going to have to skip pages 4 and 5. 3, 4, and 5. No, not 4 and 5. Just 3 and 4. Because that was the triangle angle sum. So our practice begins, on page 5. Our practice begins on page 5 because we skipped 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I'm gonna zoom out so we can see all our examples. Okay, online guys, your examples are on page 5 of your notes. So if you go on Google Classwork or Classroom, go to Unit 4 Notes and scroll down to page 5. That's where your practice starts.